1, Cost of Keeping Up a Home, from IRS publication 501, which deals with dependents, the standard deduction, and other deduction-related issues such as filing status and dependency. So one of the requirements for certain tax benefits, such as being able to claim head of household status or being able to claim someone as a dependent, really depends on who provides most of the upkeep of the house that they're living in. So specifically for the purpose of maintaining a head of household status, you have to be able to document that you have provided at least 50% of the cost for keeping up a home for the dependent that you're looking to claim the head of household status over. So usually these are minor children. Certainly there are related aspects, whether it's claiming certain tax benefits, but for this purpose, publication 501 specifically discusses using worksheet 1 for the purpose of determining head of household status. So this worksheet is fairly straightforward. It takes into consideration some of the expenses that you can actually use to calculate the cost of keeping up a home. I will go through some of the expenses that you can't use, but as an example, it has property taxes, mortgage interest expense, rent. Probably not going to be, if you're doing one, you're probably not going to be doing the other. So if you're paying rent, you're probably not paying property taxes and mortgage expense. Utilities, repairs, maintenance, property insurance, the cost of food that you consume in the home, and then other household expenses. So the form's straightforward. Basically, there are 2 columns for each of those categories. And in this hypothetical situation, John Doe, it looks like he's paid 100% of the property taxes, 100% of the mortgage. There's some sort of, it looks like he pays half the utilities and someone else pays the other half of the repairs and maintenance, half of the property insurance, provides about 1/3 of the cost of the food eaten in the home, and then somehow they kind of split some of the other household expenses. So the guiding principle is you can claim the head of household status if you've provided more than half of the cost of keeping up the home. And as you total these columns, you can see that this is a very clear indication that John Q. Doe actually did pay for more than half of the expenses of that home. So you total up both columns. He paid $15,000 out of a total of $28,000. You bring that $15,000 down to the bottom, and then what other people paid is the difference. So in this case, he paid $15,000. Someone else paid $13,000. That means he's able to claim head of household status for that dependent. Now, you can be in a situation where you and an ex-spouse each are claiming head of household status because you each have a qualifying child that you're doing that with. And you can do that. There is a possible reality in which you're able to do that, but each ex-spouse would have to break out this worksheet on their own and calculate the total cost of keeping up a home to support that particular dependent. So if John wanted to, claim head of household status because of his daughter, and yet he has a son that lives with his ex-wife could do the same worksheet to claim head of household status as far as claiming her son. So that's kind of how that works. I'm going to take a really quick break from this to go to the publication so we can outline some of the expenses that you cannot include in worksheet 1. So bear with me just a second. So when it comes to worksheet 1, publication 501 has some guidance. You can include home expenses such as rent, mortgage interest, real estate taxes, insurance, things of that nature. What you can include would be like the cost of clothing and other things like that. So medical treatment, vacations, life insurance, transportation. You can't include those costs because they're not attached to a home. You also can't include the value of your services, or if you know, are mowing your lawn, for example, and you happen to own a landscaping company. You can't include those values. You can't do that on behalf of any member of your household either. So those are, the expenses that are listed in this worksheet are specified in Publication 501 as the type of expenses that you could claim, and then the cost of expenses that you can't claim would be things that make logical sense. So that's all we have for this video. It's fairly brief because this worksheet is pretty short. So we do cover a little bit more detail. We have an article that we'll put in the show notes. Can I claim head of household status if I'm married? And under certain circumstances, you actually can. So we'll link to that in the show notes and any other related articles that might be of benefit to you. So if you like our articles, feel free to check out our website. You can go to teachmepersonalfinance.com, type in the IRS form that you're looking for help for, and odds are pretty high that we've created an article just on that tax form. So if you like our articles, please subscribe to our newsletter. And if you like our YouTube videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. As always, if you have any questions or comments, please post them in the comments section. Thank you very much and have a great day.